Okay, so let's just bring the knees into the chest first. Take the knees wide. We'll just gently rock from side to side. Just taking some nice deep breaths here. Just settling into our nice present yoga practice for this morning. And you can stretch out the left leg now onto the floor and keep bringing that right knee out and take the right foot round in circles. So just loosening up through the ankle joint. Focusing on your Ujjayi breath. Nice long, slow inhale and exhale. In through the nose, out through the nose. And let's take that foot round in the opposite direction. And other side. Shoulders relaxed. And back in the opposite direction. And let's bring the knees in again and just place so take the knees wide, so place the arms on the inside of the legs, so the elbows, and again just gently swing or rock from side to side, just to get a little bit more depth through the hips. And now let's place the feet on the floor. We're going to do a little bit of core while we're on our back. So we draw in through more abundant pelvic floor muscles. Interlace the fingers this time behind the head. Take a nice deep inhale here. And on the exhale, tilt the pelvis, so flatten the spine, lift the body up. So just stay here, connect with your core, make sure it's all nice and strong. And then reach the right arm past the left leg. So we're targeting the internal, external oblique muscles. So reaching past. And let's inhale, come back to center. You can either stay up or you can rest. And we reach past the right leg, squeeze. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, reach. Inhale, so keeping that nice strong contraction through your pelvic floor muscles. Moving nice and slowly. Inhale, exhale, reach. Inhale. And reach. Okay, now you can either stay with the feet on the floor, or you can bring the feet off the floor and reach past the bent leg, stretching out the opposite leg. Morning, yeah. Other side, reaching. Good. Now let's do it nice and slow because we want to stay nice and stable through our back as well. We don't want to be wobbling from left to right. And reach. Okay, now the next option is straight legs. Reaching past, back, and reach. All your movements are nice and controlled. Exhale, reach. Good. And exhale. So just notice your tendency to speed up, which is a tendency for most of us, human beings. Racing. And just remember too that the slower, more controlled you go, the stronger it will be. Squeeze. And squeeze. So let's do 10 more. 1, reach. Rest if you need to. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 7, 8, 9, and last one, 10, reaching out. Good, and then bring the knees out wide. Turn the head from side to side. Okay, now let's place the feet on the floor. So make sure that the feet are parallel, heels in line with your little toes. So in between sets, we're just going to stretch out the abs. So roll the shoulders underneath a little bit so the chest is open. And let's raise the hips up. And roll the shoulders under again, a little bit more. Feet or ankles under the knees. So let's squeeze and lift the hips up nice and high. Head's in a neutral position. And let's, on the inhale, lower a little bit. And then exhale, squeeze and take the hips up. So you're engaging your glutes and a little bit of hamstrings here. So squeeze as you lift the hips up. Inhale down. Squeeze. So just pay attention to working evenly down through your feet as well. So there's even pressure going through both feet. Connecting the 4 points through the sole of the foot. And squeeze. Squeeze. Squeeze, just a few more. Five, 4, 3, 2, and squeeze, 1. And gently come down. Take the hands out to shoulder height. Just lower the knees to the left, looking over the right shoulder. Inhale up, other side, looking over the left shoulder. Now let's inhale, come back into a neutral position. So from here we're going to work our pelvic floor muscles again. So we take the legs up. We have the hands, now 2 options here. You can either have the hands interlaced underneath the head, or you can have the palms on the floor. So whatever works for you. Okay, now if you can't straighten the legs, a little bit bent is okay. So the idea here is to just have a little look. You're going to squeeze your core and try and lift your buttocks off the floor, which might be 0.5 centimetre, if at all. So a lot of people struggle to even get any sort of movement or lift here. But the main thing is that you're activating these pelvic floor muscles, your core muscles, to try and lift the legs up. Okay, and there's no rocking, so it's not a rocking movement. It's just a very subtle lifting up, if you can even lift up and down. But the main thing, like I said, is that you're activating those muscles to try and do this. Whether you do it or not doesn't matter. It's getting those muscles working. Squeeze and lift. Squeeze and lift. So Lisa, see how you're having a little jump there? Try not to. It's like when you do the little jump, you sort of get a little bit of momentum. Try and do it with control. So the longer and slower, actually, because you're maintaining that muscle contraction anyway. if you're not sure, let me know. Squeeze. Yeah, so maybe I can see. And just avoid trying to, or avoid too much tension through the upper body as well, which is a bit more challenging, because we're trying as hard as we can to lift the hips or feet up. Squeeze and lift. Really good for working quite deep into the pelvic floor area. So do 5 more, squeeze and lift, or just squeeze, squeeze, 2, 3, 4, and squeeze, 5. Now we're going to stay up and we're going to stretch out one leg and lift or gently bring in the opposite leg. Now if you work with straight legs, if it's too much, then bend the leg and hold behind the thigh. This is the last little core set, don't worry. And then other side. So either straight legs or bent. Pulse. 1, 2, and other side. 1, 2. Good. 1, 2. Now place the hand, one hand behind the head if you feel like you need a little bit of extra support here. You don't want to be jamming up through your neck. And just keep the same hand on the head. Okay, so you're not swapping hands. And then you can swap in a few more moments. Pulse. Good. Pulse. Pulse. And then you might swap hands with the head. Pulse. Pulse. 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. Lifting up. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Bringing the knees out wide. Okay, place the feet on the floor. Now, the question is, how are we going to get up to sitting? So wriggle the feet away, just when you thought it was all over. And let's, on the exhale, lift the head up so we flatten through the spine. Place the hands on the thighs and slowly come up. And if you can't come up, that's fine. Just bring the knees in and rock up. Okay. Whee. And let's go down, one vertebra at a time. I just said that was the last set before, didn't I? Okay. Sorry, I lied. Roll back. No, we'll come up one more time. Try and keep the feet flat. Take an inhale. Last time, exhale. Lifting the hip, overhead, upper body up. Right, and now let's cross the ankles and roll over onto the hands and knees. So let's just start to loosen up the shoulders a little bit now. You can rock them forwards, roll them around. Just loosen up through the torso. And if you've got any tension through the neck as well, just loosening it up. Just moving how you organically feel you need to move this morning. Okay, so now let's do the same. So let's everyone push up into the shoulders, chin down, and lean forward slightly into the shoulder area, and turn the head from one side to the other. Just maximizing the stretch through this part of your back, neck. Now from here, just shift the hips back a little bit, and dip the belly, chest down. So try and lift your shoulder blades off your back. And then just move slightly forwards and backwards. So you're trying to lift the shoulder blades off the back, getting into the shoulders. And then push down through the hands. Do the opposite, rounding through the spine. Chin down and then slightly forwards into that stretch. And again, if you want to gently turn the head from one side to the other, then do. And back into a neutral position. Tuck the toes under. Keep the legs bent. Push into the base of the fingers and stretch back. Letting the head be nice and free. The neck long. And now walk the feet halfway up the mat and hang forwards in Uttanasana. So let's stretch out the back, hamstrings. Gently swing from side to side if that's comfortable. And now turn to the left leg, or turn to the left side and just begin to walk the hands back, twisting to the left, and you shift your weight into that right foot. So if you can't reach the floor, just hold on to the leg and gently twist. Good. And other side. Back into a neutral position. Let's bend the legs, so belly, chest on the thighs. Take the hands behind the back and let's stretch out the shoulders. Either keep the legs bent or you can straighten the legs. And then turn, so pull back through one shoulder, then pull back through the other shoulder. Again, other side, and other side. Back into a neutral position here. Release the hands and let's walk back out into downward dog. So checking in with your hands, walking the feet back. Now let's walk the legs out on the spot. So switching or twisting from one side to the other through the hips, loosening up through the pelvis. Bend the legs again, pushing back. Now let's bring the feet together into the midline of the mat. Take the left heel down so we get a stronger stretch and we stretch that right leg back. So the sacrum's flat, lift the hip up a little bit there. Right hip, yeah. Bit more. Yeah, bit more. Nice. And release that. Make it easier for you, yourself, and walk that bottom foot back into downward dog. All the way back. Back. Yeah. So we're working that left heel down. If the heel's on the floor, walk it back a little bit further so you can work a little bit stronger. And let's swap sides. Take the right heel down. And let's kick into that left leg. Okay, now place that foot down, walk the legs out on the spot again, come to the knees. Inhale, let's look forwards and up, roll the shoulders back. And now exhale, come into a half push-up position. And up. And forwards again, so you can rock back a little bit here. Exhale, brush the torso with your arms. Don't come down too far if it's too strong. And up. Rock back, get a little bit of a flow, forward, exhale, elbows in, and up, that's it, and back, so just coming down to a point where you can comfortably push yourself back up. and up. Good, and the last one, downward dog. Stretching out. Okay, step the right foot forwards in between the hands. Push into that front foot, let's reach up. Shoulders soft. Good, front ribs in. And back leg strong. Exhale. Plank position this time. So you can choose if you have both feet on the floor or take the right leg up. Broad through the shoulders, squeeze the buttocks again, slow chaturanga, straight legs or knees to the floor. Rolling over the toes, upward dog or cobra, shoulders back, and exhale down. Good. And we step the left foot lightly forwards. Push into that front foot, reach up. This time, exhale, step the back foot to the front, both feet together, relax. Inhale, let's lift up to halfway, Ardha Uttanasana, so hands on the knees or floor. Exhale, fold forward. Good. One more, inhale, lifting up, Ardha Uttanasana. And exhale, fold forward. Bend the legs, roll the body up, so pushing down, reaching up through the hands. And on the exhale, let's begin saluting the sun, bowing down. Inhale, lift up to halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, step into plank or jump into chaturanga. Flow through, upward dog, good, and downward dog. And we step the right foot lightly forwards. Reach up, smooth movements. Exhale, plank position. Leg up again or on the floor, your choice, chaturanga. Rolling over the toes and rolling back. And we step the left foot forwards. Reach up, smooth. Exhale, plank. Leg up or on the floor. Roll over the toes, up, and roll back. Staying here in downward dog for about 5 breaths. Working the heels down, lifting the toes up. Let's bend the legs, look in between the hands, jump or step both feet to the hands. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, let's fold forwards. Coming all the way up, pushing down. Let's reach up, big breath. And exhale, hands down the front. Okay, let's do one more. Inhale. Little bit faster. Exhale. Inhale, lift you up, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, jumps you into chaturanga or steps you into plank. And then moving through chaturanga, upward dog, downward dog. Right foot lightly forwards. Reach up. Exhale, plank position. Leg upper on the floor, chaturanga. Urdhva Mukha and Adho Mukha. Left foot lightly forwards. Reach up. Exhale, plank, leg upper on the floor, chaturanga, rolling up and rolling back. Just walking the legs out a little bit here, grounding down. This is a good time to rest if you need to take a break. Okay, take an inhale, next exhale, we're going to step the right foot forwards in between the hands. So let's work on the shoulders and legs a little bit here. So let's inhale, reach the arms up. So we've got the right leg in front. Let's roll this right shoulder forwards and take the right arm behind us. So if you've got a shoulder issue or injury, then you'll support your elbow with your left arm or hand. Otherwise, we roll the left shoulder back and take the hand to cover. So our front ribs are drawn in, so it's a little bit easy to pop the ribs out sometimes, so just pay attention, draw the ribs in so you're not collapsing through the lumbar. And now let's inhale, straighten the leg a little bit, so find your drishti, your focal point, and keep your gaze on that point. And inhale up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Nice. So everybody's knees are facing forwards, which is good. No rolling in through that front knee. Back leg is strong. Up. Nice. And exhale. Now stay here. So two options. You can either just lean forwards in this position with the knee on or off the floor, whatever works for you. Or you can come into Vinyasa 3. Getting the length through the spine, keeping that left hip down, top elbow away from the head. Look for the length. Now bend the right leg, place the back foot back on the floor. Inhale, back into a neutral position. Exhale, gently release the arms out to the side. And it can be pretty strong through that right shoulder. Take the hands down to the floor. We're going to bring this front foot back, turn the hip up, look underneath the right armpit. So you can stay here, or you can drop the foot all the way back, lifting the hips high, and reaching the right arm out to the side, or over the head. Nice, and come back, everybody, into downward dog or plank, chaturanga, moving through your vinyasa. Okay, let's set the left foot forward, so we do the other side. Pushing into that front foot, let's inhale, reach up. Okay, so the left leg is in front. We're going to roll, take the hands out to the side, roll this left shoulder forwards, taking the hand back. So either supporting the elbow here, you've got a shoulder issue, or we roll this right shoulder back and take hold of the hands. And you can use a strap if you can't reach your hands, fingers. Okay, find your drishti, one point in front of you. Let's inhale, come up. And exhale, sink down. And up. And down. Slow and steady. And as you come down, work into that back heel. So you're going to feel actually working that back heel down as you come down. And exhale. Try and get that top elbow back if you can. 2 more. 1. And last one, 2. Now, 2 options. Leaning forwards here, back knee on or off the floor, or coming up, Vinyasa 3. Kicking into that right leg, keeping the right hip down. Bend the left leg, place the foot back on the floor, inhale up, gently release the arms, careful with that left shoulder, can be strong, and then place the hands down, bring this front foot back, turn the hip up, looking underneath the left armpit this time, working that right heel down, and stay here, or drop the foot back. Hips nice and high. If you dropped back, okay, choose your option, rest or continue through plank, chaturanga. Upward dog, down dog. So let's walk the feet out, the legs out on the spot, bend the legs, open up the shoulders a little bit more as well. And step the right foot forward, so let's twist. So back knee can be on the floor or off the floor, let's reach up. So nice to get a little bit of twisting happening through the spine, so we're going to twist over the right leg. So palms together, pushing them together as you peel back that top shoulder. So gently twisting. And try and look for as much length as you can through the torso. So if you want to go further, the second step is hand on the block, A block, or outside of that front foot, top arm up to the ceiling. Or third option, full bind. Looking down, sideways, or up at the ceiling. Feel free to have the knee on the floor. Okay, take that top hand to the floor and let's stretch out through the front leg. So if you want to place blocks underneath the hands, if you need a bit of extra height, just placing blocks under the hands here. Relax the shoulders, head. Slowing the breath down, softening into the pose. Legs that go longer. Take your back foot further back. Okay, now let's bend the legs, sink down into the hip flexors. Just working gently into the hip flexors. Feel free to move around a little bit if you need a little bit more depth. It's good, Jennifer. Just working into it. Now let's place that back knee on the floor, toes pointing away. Take this left hand out to the side, turn the front foot out to the side and walk it out to the side. And the right forearms on the thigh. Yep. And then we're just going to gently begin to drop that left hip towards the floor. So you're looking over your back shoulder. So if anyone has any weight-bearing issues through that left wrist or left shoulder, you can always come onto the forearm. Now turn this back foot sideways. Okay, and with this hand, you might just need to change the position because what we're going to do here is we're going to lift up, reach the right arm over to the front of the room, and then exhale, come down. Right. So let me do it this way so you can see. So we've got that foot forwards. Right, so we have, now let me think about it. That way, yeah. Okay, so with this position, so work the back edge of that back foot. Yeah, this front foot, change the position a little bit if you need to, just make sure that it's comfortable. And we reach this top arm up as we lift the hips up and reach over to the front of the room. And then lower down. That's it. And again, up, Now, if it's too strong for you to lift the hips up, then don't. Keep the hips where they are and just use the arm. Bring the arm forwards and back. Up and down. That's 3. Let's do 2 more. Up and down. Good. And 1 more. Up. Good. And back down. Excellent. Place the hand down. Come back. Now, you can choose your option. I think it might be a popular one. Child's pose or vinyasa. I have to give you an option, otherwise I have to give child's pose to you as an option, otherwise you'll never take it. Push on through. So you're either in downward dog now or child's pose. Okay, let's do the other side, downward dog. Just relaxing the head here. So we twist first, so we step the left foot forwards, Parivrtta Pascha. Inhale, come up. So now you're all twisting towards the wall, the other wall. Arms together. So looking down here if you're a little bit wobbly. So this is the first option, palms together. Second option, hand on a block or the floor. And the third option, full bind. Taking some nice deep breaths. Looking down, hands on the wall to the ceiling. Arms together, arms together. Okay, let's place the hand down and straighten over this front leg. Blocks under hands if you need them. Wriggle that back foot back a little bit further if you need a little bit of extra length or space. And we fold over the leg. Softening to the body, to the breath. Okay, bend the leg now, sinking into the hips, just getting into the hip flexors. And just wriggle around a little bit if you feel the knees will bend or a little bit further. Okay, back knee on the floor, toes pointing away. Bring this front foot out to the side. Right hand out to the side. So we're just going to stretch out here first. So we take that hip down towards the floor, looking over the back shoulder, left forearm on the thigh. Go. Okay, so let's do the lifting now. So just shift your hand in a little bit more, so it's a little, and it might be out to the side, it might be forwards, whatever is comfortable position for you. Probably just slightly out to the side. Now with this back foot, we turn it sideways. We need to have a little bit of a stronger foundation, which is the foot, in order to protect the knee. That's it. Lisa. Okay, so from here, we lift the hips up And just adjust your feet or foot as you need to. Lift the hips up, reach the arm up and over towards the front. So with this top shoulder, roll the shoulder down as well and back. And then releasing down. Just letting the arm rest on the leg. This is one. Inhale up. Strong back leg. Exhale down. Work the outside edge of that foot. Inhale up. 3. Nice. Squeeze that down. And up. 4. Good. And down. And one more. 5. Reach up, forwards. Now keep your hand forwards and bring it back down onto the floor. Lift that back heel up. Place both hands in a comfortable position and step your front foot back. Walk the legs out on the spot or rest in child's pose. Okay, those of you in downward dog, coming down onto the knees. And we're going to stretch out the adductor muscles a little bit. So you can either go sideways on your mat or out to the side. So just depending if you need a little bit of extra padding or not, you probably will in this one. So we take the knees nice and wide and we bring the ankles in line with the knees. So yes, or you will need some padding. So push the knees nice and wide, ankles in line with the knees. So frog's legs position, just bring them in a little bit. Good, so the feet are sideways. Okay, so we're not leaning forwards here, we're actually working back. So we're pushing our hips back. And if you need to fold your mat in thirds, just for a bit of extra padding, do that, or let me know and I can grab your blanket if it's too strong. Pushing back. Just use this as a time to slow the breath down, deepen the breath. You need to use a bolster. Anyone else like a bolster? For a cup of tea? So we're going to be drinking a cup of tea. Can you put enough padding on your knees? So because this can be quite an intense stretch, just notice if there's other areas in your body where you're tensing up as well, maybe jaw muscles, arm muscles, shoulders. And you might even, on the inhale, you might even just come out a little bit. So you're working, you're moving with the breath. So on the inhale, it's always a great opportunity to give a little bit, to perhaps move out of the intensity, just for the inhalation. And then on the exhalation, move into it again. Move back into your edge. Just a few more breaths. And then slowly, the easiest way to come out is forwards. So come forwards onto your belly, gently bring the feet together. Just move slowly. Good. And now you can breathe, probably holding your breath. Okay, and when you're ready, just gently bring yourself back up with your new hips. And then cross the shin bones over and roll back over onto the buttocks. So while we're on hips, let's come into Baddha. It's an easy one now, isn't it? Everything else would be a piece of cake. Okay, so check in, your feet are nice and even. So when you're ready, work your legs down and let's sit up nice and straight. So roll the shoulders back. Take an inhale and exhale. You can close your eyes. Slowly beginning to breathe your way into a nice forward fold. And then when you breathe in again, lift and lengthen. And exhale, move into that space. So keep trying to lift out of the chest. You're leading with your chest. And if your elbows reach the legs, then you might work the elbows into the legs or place one hand on the higher knee just to get a little bit more balance happening through the hips. Good. Feeling your way in to the hip area, into the spine as well, the length. And inhale, come up. And then stretch that left leg out. So let's just stretch out the hamstrings while we're here. So right heel in, Janusha. Flexing that left foot, lift the buttocks up. We'll sit on a cushion. Take an inhale and then exhale. So engage the quadricep muscles of the left leg so the leg is strong, it's active. And then on the exhale, again, just slowly making your way forwards, chin down. Just breathing your way into this position. Keep lifting out of the chest. And if you can easily and comfortably reach the foot, that's fine. You don't have to. But if it's quite easy, then just hang on to the foot. You might even gently work a little bit deeper. And let's inhale, come up, and let's do the other side. So lift heel in. A little bit of work through that right leg. Inhale, sitting up straight, and slowly coming forwards. Chin in. Just breathing your way in. Listening to the sound of your Ujjayi breath. Keep working the back of the leg, back of the right leg onto the floor. And let's inhale, slowly come up. So bring this leg up. So we're going to roll ourselves back onto the floor, so feet flat. A little bit of core when we come back. So draw the belly in with control, as slow as you can. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Placing the right foot now on your left thigh, so just bring the left foot in a little bit closer towards the buttocks. So right foot on top, flex the foot, reach the hands out to the side. Good, and then lower the knees to the right, looking over your left shoulder. So the right foot's on top. Breathing nice and deep into the belly. Inhale, come up. Let's do the other side. So left foot, right thigh. Taking the knee down to the left and looking over the right shoulder. And let's inhale, come up, and exhale, relax, rest. So if you'd like to do legs up the wall, you can do legs up the wall, or bolster under thighs, or under your back.